In 2013, state police in Fairfield, Illinois spotted a man driving erratically on the highway. He was arrested and taken to the Wayne County Jail where he was booked on a charge of drunken driving. After about 30 minutes, he completed the booking process and posted his bond. So he was now free to go. But as he was leaving the jail, there was just one piece of unfinished business. He had to relieve himself. But rather than find the nearest restroom, he had other plans. He decided to relieve himself by urinating on the steps of the jailhouse. What he didn't realize was that the state trooper who had booked him saw what he was doing on the surveillance camera. The trooper then went out and arrested the man again. This time on a charge of disorderly conduct. After getting booked a second time, the man posted another bond and left the building. Obviously they had restrooms at the jail, but this guy wanted to take bathroom breaks to another level. In reality, his little pit stop cost him more than it was worth. It actually would have been better if he simply wet his pants. In 2013, a woman in Florida found what she thought was a great way to make some extra money. She could rent out a house, then sit back and collect the rent. There was just one small problem. She didn't have a house to rent. But she noticed that her neighbor had an empty home that had been foreclosed. So the woman advertised her neighbor's house on Craigslist. In the ad, she claimed to be the owner of the house. When a potential tenant responded to her ad, she created a lease agreement and signed them up. Now she was making easy money from unsuspecting victims. Life seemed wonderful. That is, until the actual property owner discovered what was going on. It turns out that the person managing the property was the daughter-in-law of the actual owner. Since the house was in foreclosure, she had not checked on the property in the last 8 months. She said when she finally drove by the house, she could see that people were now living there. She then left and returned with her husband. The couple spoke with the new occupants who told them what happened. They said that the person who advertised the house on Craigslist lived next door. They also informed the couple that they had been renting the home for the past 6 months. They were paying $1,500 a month for rent and had also paid another $500 for various repairs. Armed with this information, the couple went to police. Officers contacted the county property appraiser to confirm the actual owner. He had owned the house since 2007. Police then confronted the woman who had illegally rented out the house. She just happened to show up to collect rent. When police informed her of their findings, she claimed that the owner of the property abandoned the home more than 6 years ago. She said she had gone to the county courthouse and completed paperwork for an adverse possession of the residence. This is an old Florida law that allows squatters to take ownership of a property if they live there for 7 years and if they also pay the taxes. However, police said they found no such paperwork, and property records did not list her as the owner. That means that this woman had made $13,000 in 6 months on a property she didn't even own. That was a pretty nice profit. A West Palm Beach realtor had this to say about these types of cases. People who rent property from Craigslist should be cautious. Don't give money to anyone unless you know it's going to the owner or the property management company or a realtor. The 30-year-old woman was arrested on the spot. She was booked into the Palm Beach County Jail on charges of grand theft and fraud. She was later released after posting a $6,000 bond. We just have 2 words for this woman. Nice try. In 2022, police in Atala, Alabama were in pursuit of a burglary suspect. Officers spent a good portion of the day tracking him down. He was spotted running through backyards and hiding inside sheds. Police later found the suspect's vehicle in the area and towed it away. After removing his car, police started receiving calls from one resident after another. The suspect was once again spotted in their area. This time he was stealing a lawnmower and leaf blower. When residents confronted the suspect, he managed to run away. Police went searching for the man again, but he proved to be quite elusive. According to the police chief, officers would have eyes on him, then lose him, then catch sight of him again. He was later spotted attempting to make his getaway on the river, using a stolen kayak. The Etowah County Sheriff's Office then brought in their own boat and were ready to pursue the suspect. But it wasn't necessary. Before police even put their boat in the water, the suspect had flipped the stolen kayak over. He had no choice but to swim to the bank where police were waiting for him. He was then tackled by officers and taken into custody. So why did he return to the area while he was wanted by police? Well, the police chief said, "We caught the car before we caught him. It was his girlfriend's car, and he was trying to get some stuff so he could get the car back." That sounds pretty dumb. Our guess is that his girlfriend really gave him the business for getting her car towed. He probably wasn't allowed to return home until he got it back. Evidently, he saw a few items that would help him pay for the fine and decided to try again. Instead, for his efforts, he was facing 2 counts of burglary, 3 counts of theft of property, and misdemeanors. He was also charged with attempt to elude and resisting arrest. That means, even though he didn't get to go back home, at least he now had a place to sleep. In 2019, the Comal County Sheriff's Office in Texas was trying to track down a woman who they've named the wedding crasher. The practice of crashing weddings has been pretty common over the years. Usually it involves a person showing up uninvited at a random wedding. They may not even know anyone in attendance, but it doesn't matter. Their only purpose is to get a free meal at the wedding reception. There have even been manuals written for freeloaders that give detailed instructions on how to get free meals using this approach. Eating a free meal and consuming a few drinks at a stranger's wedding tends to be pretty harmless. Some may even consider it quite funny. But there was nothing funny about the woman being sought for crashing weddings in Texas. According to police, she had attended numerous weddings in Comal County disguised as a guest. But she wasn't there for the food. She would come in while everyone was outside. She would then approach the gift table, steal any envelopes she saw and stuff them in her purse. She was in and out in less than 2 minutes. The envelopes would usually contain cash and gift cards. It is estimated that she has stolen thousands of dollars. Police said the woman also was seen on surveillance cameras at some weddings. They noticed that she usually overlooked other gifts and focused only on gift cards and cash. The detective later said, "It's very easy to steal a stack of cards. Most people know when you go to weddings, you're going to have gift cards or cash included with other gifts." He also added, "This is someone that is marking somebody's special day and essentially ruining it." According to reports, the woman is always dressed up as if she was invited to the wedding. Sometimes she even mingles with other guests. Investigators also obtained surveillance video from several retailers, showing the same woman using the stolen gift cards. But as police stated, the difficult part is not all of the victims retained their receipts. That's going to make it very difficult to track everything that was stolen. Crime Stoppers has put out a $4,000 reward for anyone who helps police catch the woman.